Hello everyone, this is Shikha, your English teacher. Now it's time to move on our chapter number 3 to stories about flying. So let's move on. The name of the chapter is Two Stories About Flying. There are two parts in this chapter. The first part is His First Flight, written by Liam Flaherty, and second part is Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth. So in this video we are going to move on with the first part of this chapter, His First Flight. Before the explanation of chapter, a line of introduction about the story has been given here before we read. Since the earliest time humans have dreamt of conquering the skies, here are two stories about flying. The first story is about a young seagull is afraid to fly. How does he conquer his fear? And the second story is about a pilot who is lost in a storm clouds. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? So let's explore the stories that comes on the first of this chapter. Some new words of this part. Ledge means cliff of mountain, a horizontal shelf. Brink is called edge. Upbraiding is called scolding. Shrilly means sharply. For the life, trying very hard. Skim is called to move lightly above sea. Herring means a finned sea fish. Devour is called to eat hungrily. Cackle means the sound of the birds. Cowardice is called teasing him for not being brave. Taunting means making insulting remarks. Ascending, going upwards. Preening is called effort to maintain feathers. Thrust is called pushed. To whet means to sharpen. Derisively is called showing someone stupid. Plaintively is called having a sad quality. Halted means stopped. Soaring means flying high. Dizzy is called losing balance, a type of feeling. Swooped means passing closely. Curveting means leaping like a horse. Banking is called flying with one wing higher than the other. Cowed means sound of the birds. Ridges means sea waves. Amusedly means happily. Beckoning is called signaling to follow. Fright is called fear. And exhausted means tired. Here we begin with the first part of this chapter, His First Flight. A little introduction about this chapter. This story is about a seabird who is in his learning stage of how to fly. But every time he tries to fly, he feels a little fear in flying, and how his family members pushing him, motivating him, promoting him to fly in the sky, we are going to see in this chapter. This story is a motivational story, an inspirational story for all who are in their learning stage. So we start. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. Now seagull is a type of bird we can find near the sea. So he was sitting alone on a cliff of the mountain. You can say the horizontal flat part of the mountain on which anybody can sit. So seagull was sitting on that cliff of the mountain. His two brothers and sister had already flown away the day before. Now he is having a sister and brother who has already learned how to fly a day before. He had been afraid to fly with them, but this young seagull was fearing a little fear in flying with his brother and sister. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. It's not about he was not trying to fly. He was trying, he was making effort, but as he ran towards the point of that cliff and tries to flap his wing to fly in the sky, Instantly he feels a type of fear and again came back. The great expanse of sea is stretched down beneath. Now, what is the reason of his fear? The sea, the expanse of the sea was too much, means the sea was spreaded too much, and it is stretched down beneath, means he was sitting on the mountain, the cliff of the mountain that is very much high, and the sea was so beneath. Beneath is called under, means that sea was stretched too much under the mountain on which the seagull was sitting, and it was such a long way down, miles down, means that sea, the stretch of the sea was very much down from the mountain, and this distance was looking very much far to the seagull, and that's why he is having a type of fear in flying. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. Now, a type of feeling has come in Seagull's heart that his wings are not going to support him to learn how to fly in the sky. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So every time, whenever he tries to come at the point of the cliff, he felt a type of fear and came back by bending his head in a sadness towards the ledge, which is the place where he sleeps at the night. Even when each of his brother and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, means he is having a brother and sister and they were younger to him, and their wings are shorter than the wings of the seagull, and even then they learnt, ran to brink is called the edge. The edge of the mountain means his brother and sister came to the edge of the mountain, flapped their wings and flew away. Being younger, they, the brother of sister of the seagulls, having a shorter wings, even they also learned how to fly in the sky. He failed to muster up the courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. Now, but about the seagull, he was feeling so much fear in trying to fly in the sky. He just mustered up, means he just trying to collect the courage, but every time he appeared to being so desperate is called to become sad. Okay, means he tries to put on to he tries to collect all the courage, having confidence in heart, but every time he fails, became sad because he was not able to fly. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly and upbraiding him. Now his father and mother was also pushing him, motivating him sometime, and calling him shrilly. Shrilly is called sharply, means they also became frustrated after saying again and again, and that's why they are saying in a sharp language and upbraiding him. Upbraiding him is called scolding him, means now they are a little angry and they are scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his age unless he flew away. Threatening is called when you are giving something, when you are making someone afraid by giving some reason. Okay, if you will not do this thing, then it will happen like that. Okay, so his parents, his mother and father, was threatening him, if you are not going to fly, you are not going to eat anything, and you will be alone on this ledge. Starve is called feeling hunger. Okay, if you feel hunger, nobody is going to give you the food. If you will not fly, you are going to be here alone on this ledge. But for the life of him, he could not move. But he was so tired, means he was having so desperation in his heart that for his life, means he was feeling so much desperate, so much sadness. If he tries to fly, he can be killed. Okay, this feeling was coming in his heart. So for his life, he was not at all trying to fly in the sky. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. 24 hours means one day has gone, one day passed. Since then, nobody had come near him means neither his father nor his mother and no brother and sister came to him. Everybody was having a little little annoyance with him. Okay, they are not talking with him because he was not trying to fly. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brother and sister. All the day he saw how his father, mother, and his brother and sister, they all were flying in the sky together, perfecting them in the art of flight. And he also seeing how they are perfect in flying in the sky. Flight is called to fly, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. His father and mother was teaching his brother and sister that how to fly in the sky, how to take a flight on a height, and how to skim. Skim is called to move lightly over the sea. When you are flying above the sea, that is called skim. Okay, so how to fly above the sea waves and how to dive inside the water to take the fish. Means fish is the food of seagull, so they take a dive into the water of the sea, and then they catch the fish and eat that. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it. Now, herring means a finned sea fish, okay, and devour is called eating hungrily, eating very quickly. So the seagull was watching all the thing, that how his brother caught his first food, his first sea fish, and how he ate it at once. Standing on a rock. He was standing on a rock after catching the fish and ate it very quickly. While his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. Now, cackle is a sound of birds made by the seagulls. So, his parents were showing a type of proud on his brother who has just got a first fish and was eating that standing on a rock. So his parents was flying around him and giving him applause, a type of means he was praising him. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. Now his parents were now flying above the plateau. Plateau is a flat little raised part from the earth, and they were flying on the middle way of that plateau opposite the cliff. Okay, the cliff on which the young seagull was sitting, his family was flying opposite of that cliff and taunting him. Taunting is called, they were making insulting remarks to that young seagull about his cowardice. Cowardice is called when you are not showing the brave sign. Okay, means all the family members of that seagull was concerning him that seagull is a cowardice bird, he is not brave, that's why he is not trying to fly in the sky. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing on his ledge that faced the south. Now, the ledge on which the young seagull was sitting faced the south direction, and now the sun is ascended in the sky. Ascended is called going high. Okay, so the day is moving on. Now, it's not the early morning time, now it's the daytime. That was blazing. Blazing is called burning, means the day is becoming hotter as the time going on. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. Now, one day has passed and the young seagull has not eaten anything, and that's why he was feeling a little more heat and tiredness. He stepped slowly out of the brink of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. Now, what he was doing, he came towards the edge of that ledge and pull his one leg up, and beneath the other leg, under the other leg, means he stretched his wing, and then leg hidden under the wing, and then he uh, hide his one leg under that wing, and one leg was he pulled up. Then he closed one eye, then the other, then he closed one eye, and one eye was still opening. As you can see in the picture, there is one young seagull, means all the other seagulls are flying in the sky, only one of the seagulls were still sitting over the mountain ledge and pretended to be falling asleep. Now, what exactly that young seagull was doing? He was pretending that he was sleeping. Means in fact he was not sleeping, but to show the other seagulls, show to his family members, he was pretending that as if he was sleeping by lifting his one leg up and one leg hidden under his wing, closing one his eye and keeping one eye still open, and he was pretending as if he was sleeping. Still they took no notice to him. He was doing all this thing to show his family member, but his family member were paying no attention on him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their head sunk into their necks. Now dozing is called when you are feeling sleepy. Okay, so he saw that with one eye he saw that his brother and sister, they both were lying because their tummy was full. They flew away so much, they had their flight, so now they are taking rest, and they both were dozing, they both were sleeping on the plateau with their heads. Means their heads was sunk. Is this the second form of sink? Means their heads were bent towards their neck. By bending their heads down, they both were sleeping on the plateau. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Preening is called when you are maintaining a feather by the birds. Okay, means the cleaning of the feather. You must have seen the birds by taking their beak at the backward side, front side, and try to clean their feathers. So this is called preening. So his father was preening feathers on his white back. Means white color feathers on his back, and his father was maintaining his feathers. Then only his mother was looking at him. Means brother and sister was sleeping, they both were sleeping, the father was busy in preening, and only the mother was there who was looking at him. She was standing on the little high hump on the plateau. Hump is a raised part. As we have the hump part on the body of camel, the same as the raised part of the plateau, and she was sitting over there. Her white breast thrust forward. Thrust forward is called a little pushed forward, coming out. Okay, so the breast of her mother was a little coming out. She was sitting on the raised part of the plateau. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet. Now there was a fish, a piece of fish was there that was stuck in her feet, and she was tearing that fish piece. Tearing is called, means she was taking out and peeling that piece of fish to eat, and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. Scrapped is called to scratch. Okay, then after peeling that piece of fish, he scratched her beak from both sides, from right side and from left side on the rock to sharpen his beak. To sharpen her beak, means the birds used to sharpen their beaks like that by scratching on the hard surface, and exactly her mother was doing by scratching her beak to sharpen her beak so that she can easily tear the piece of the fish and can eat. The sight of the food maddened him. Now maddened is called became mad. Now seagull was looking all this, and the smell of the food, the scene of the food made him mad. Means he was very starved, he was so hungry that this scene made him mad. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. Now he was also loving to eat the food. To wet is called to sharpen. Okay, to sharpen his beak, means the young seagull also like to tear the fish piece, to eat that fish, to sharpen his beak as his mother was doing. Gah, 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 he cried, begging her to bring him some food. Now the seagull was making a sound, gah, 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 and begging his mother to give him some food. Grr, cola. She screamed back derisively. Derisively is called showing someone that you are stupid. So in return, his mother was saying, "Ga ko la," means you are stupid, you cannot do anything. But he kept calling plaintively. Plaintively is called having a sad quality. Means she was concerning him the stupid, and he was showing him the sad quality, the desperate quality, that yes, I am a poor seagull. But he keep calling on his mother, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. But after some time, after 1 minute, he uttered is called speak. Joyful means happy, and scream is called a loud sound. But even after a minute, he started screaming, he started making a loud sound with the happiness. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. Now, what he was seeing, why he was feeling so happy, because his mother was coming towards him, flying towards him with the piece of fish. Means now the seagull was feeling, now I am going to get the food. He leaned out eagerly. Leaned out is called to bend his body. The seagull was so happy, he was bending his body, tapping the rock with his feet. He was jumping with the joy and tapping his feet on the rock, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. As her mother was coming towards him, he was trying to coming nearer to her mother. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted. But his mother is stopped. Halted is called stopped. She stopped as she was flying across him. Her wings motionless. Now she stopped moving her wings. The piece of the fish in her beak almost within the reach of his beak. Means she was coming to give that food to seagull, and that food was so close that the seagull can stretch his beak and take that food. But what happened? His mother stopped suddenly. He waited a moment in surprise. Now it's a type of surprise for seagull. Means he was thinking his mother was bringing food for him. But what is this? She stopped on the way, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then maddened by hunger. Again, seagull was feeling very much hungry, because he has not eaten, he has not been eating anything since the last day. That's why he again became maddened by hunger. He dived at the fish. Now again he wants to eat the fish, so he dived at the fish. Within a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. Now he understood this thing, that his mother is not going to provide him the food, so that's why he again tried to fell downwards. Means he just threw his body outward and downward into the space, whatever the space was there on the mountain. He started moving downwards and outwards. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. Monstrous is called dangerous. Okay, terror is called a type of horror. Seized is called stopped. Means a type of, again the dangerous horror has come and stopped him, and again his heart become still. Still is called motionless. So he felt like he cannot breathe. He could not hearing nothing. He was not able to hear anything, but it only lasted a minute. But these all terrorized thing was passed just for a minute. Okay, only for the last minute. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. Now he is spreading his wings, and now he is feeling that yes, his wing became stretched, and now he can fly. The wind rushed against the breast feathers, and then under his stomach and against his wing. Now the wind was blowing on that. First came to his breast, the feathers of the breast, then came under his stomach, the feather of his stomach, and then the wing comes to his wings. Means he was trying to fly, and now this time, first time, he was feeling that the air itself is coming and trying to fly with the wings of his breast, then wings of his stomach, and then the air comes to his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. Now he can feel that yes, my wings are flying. He can move his wings outwards, and his wings are able to cut the air. Means he was able to make his way between the wings. He was not falling headlong now. Now he was feeling that yes, now he can fly. When he was in the space outward in the open sky between the air, now he was feeling that yes, he can fly. He is not falling down. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. Now he was flying high, slowly. Soaring is called flying high. Gradually means slowly. When sometimes he tries to flying high, sometime downwards, sometime outwards. He was no longer afraid. Now there was no fear inside his heart. He just felt a bit dizzy. Dizzy is called an uncomfortable feeling around losing one's balance. So sometimes he loses balance, but still he was trying to fly. Then he flapped his wing once again and he soared upwards. As he was losing his balance, again he tried a lot, flapped his wing very hard, and again he was flying very high in the sky towards upside. Gah, 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 cola. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. Now, after seeing after seeing flying her younger son, his mother was so happy that she was making a loud sound in the happiness, ga kola, and she was flying very near to that young seagull, making a loud noise with her wings. He answered her with another scream. Now after seeing his mother, the seagull was also feeling very happy and he was too screaming. Screaming is called making loud sound in the form of g g g in the sound of the birds. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then after seeing both of them flying, his father also came towards him and he was also making a loud sound and flying with them. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him. Now his brother and sister also came there and started flying with him, converting and banking and soaring and diving. Now curvating is called leaping like a horse, jumping like a horse. Banking is called flying with one wing high and one wing low. Soaring is called flying high, and diving is called again go into the sea. So these are different moments of the flying by a birds. Curvating means sometimes they fly like as they are jumping like a horse. Sometimes they fly like when their wings, banking is called when their one wing is high and one wing is lower, means in the happiness they were flying. Sometimes they were flying very high and sometimes they go very low down towards the sea water to dive the fish. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. Now the seagull was so happy, he's having no fear, and he was completely forgot all the things that how he felt fear of flying. Now he was not afraid at all and commended himself to die and soar and curve, shrieking shrilly. Now commanding means he was applauding himself that he can now fly downwards, he can soar means, and he can fly upwards, he can take a curve, and shrieking shrilly. Shrilly is called sharply, and shrieking again making loud sound. He was flying with making a loud sound, sometime downwards, sometime upwards, and sometime making his body curved. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it. Now he came so low near the sea and he was flying straight in a line, facing straight out over the ocean. Means that vast ocean, that very big ocean, and the young seagull was flying over it, facing a straight line. He was a vast green sea beneath him. Now he can see that there is a very big, vast is called very big sea that was looking green to him with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and caught amusedly. Now rigid is called the sea waves, and amusedly is called happily. Okay, then happily, with the happiness, he can see himself that he was flying over the sea waves, and then his beak sideways. Now he turned his beak towards the side. Then he was feeling so happy that he can show this feeling with the sound of the word. Okay, chord is again called the sound of word. So he was feeling so happy on flying above the sea waves that he turned his beak here and there, showing his happiness, and he was making sound of the birds in happiness. His parents and his brothers and sisters had landed on this green flowering ahead of him. Now, what next has happened? His parents and his brother and sister, they landed. Landed is called came down on the green flooring. Green flooring means that the water of the sea was looking green to him. So that was a green floor for him. So his parents and his brother and sister, they came down over that sea waves. They were beckoning him. Now beckoning is called signaling him to follow them. Okay, they were making a type of signal to follow them, calling shrillily. Again, they were calling very in a sharp language that do as we are doing, come down on the sea wave and do as we are doing. He dropped his leg to stand on the green sea. Now again he followed the command of their parents and brother and sister, and he came down towards the green sea and stand on his leg. His leg sank into it. Now he can feel that his leg was inside the water. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wing. Now again he screamed, means he was screaming, he was making a sound in a fright. Fright is called fear, means again now a type of fear came in his heart and he was screaming in fear, but he was attempted to flap his wing to rise. Rise is called going upward. As he was sinking, as he was going down into the sea, so he was trying to again go higher by flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger and he could not rise. But he was so tired that he has not been eaten anything since last day. So he was very much feeling very weak because of hunger, and he could not rise, means he could not able to flap upward, to fly upward. Exhausted by the strange exercise. Exhausted is called too much tired, means he was feeling very much tired by this exercise. Which type of exercise? Flying exercise. He was flying in different movement, so this different movement of the flying made him more tired. His feet sank into the green sea and then his belly touched it and he sank no further. Now his legs were inside the water. Now he was sinking so down that now his belly is called stomach. Okay, now his stomach came to the water body, okay, towards the sea waves, and now his stomach was touching the water and now he was sinking no further, means now he was floating on the water. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. Now he was not sinking at all. As his stomach touched to the sea wave, he started floating on the water. And after seeing his parents, his brother and sisters, they were so happy that he was giving him a loud sound in the praising. He was praising him, they all were praising him, and their beaks were offering him, means now everybody was ready to give him food in the form of dogfish, means the pieces of dogfish were there in the beak of their parents and brother and sister, and they all came towards him to give the pieces of that dogfish. He had made his first flight. Now the seagull, this was the effort seagull has put towards his flying. Now that effort has been completed, he was succeeded, and now he learned how to fly, how to dive, how to catch his food. So here we have completed the explanation. So you must like the story. You see that how inspirational and motivational story is this. So this story teaches you that you never surrender yourself. If there are so many person near you, your teachers are there, your parents are there, okay, and they always try to motivate you, to inspire, to give you inspiration to find your goal, okay. So just try to find out your confidence, never give up, okay. Try to take benefit from the advice of your teachers, of your parents, and if make effort to get your success. So that's it for now. We'll meet again.